It's
Okay.
Ulf.
Hey, Ulf. We are now live for the Fireside Chat. Sorry for like the late notice, but we're doing a early Fireside Chat. We've got a lot on the table. We've got a Chronicles of Illyria stream starting in about 18 minutes, and didn't want to miss that. And we've also got a Warframe event in an hour and 18 minutes. So we're doing a shortened Fireside Chat right now to finish up before all that stuff happens. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't a super eventful week that I can think of. We have, let's see, we do have the Party Brawl coming up. That's a big thing. It's in announcements. Party Brawl number 6 is happening Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Eodor will be casting this on Friday. I won't be there, but I will be there to cast with him Saturday and Sunday. So even if you're not playing, there will be a couple, at least one or two WA teams competing, I think. And then I will, me and Eodor will be casting. So a lot of WA presence there. Info and announcements again. What else have we got since last time?
Friendly reminder that the game night this Saturday is Alien Swarm Reactive Drop. Don't forget to download it from Steam, free game.
Ooh, yeah, it's a fun game. I've played that one.
Yeah, it's definitely funny playing with each other.
Oh yeah, with all the friendly fire.
Yeah,
Friendly fire will be turned up to max.
perfect.
It's the only way to play.
Why can't you play with like quadruple friendly fire damage? So like it just turns into a free for all.
Someone needs to mod.
Let's see. Other than that,
Whoops. I sneezed on you and killed you.
a slight rule, well, not a rule change, but I added in the handbook that the requirements for a lot of the upper ranks, like needing to master some lore, like from the Dane Edda or the New Edda, and also being in WA for a certain amount of time, can be circumvented. Like, that's not to say somebody who joins would instantly become like a Thane or something, but if you're like, let's say you're missing like I don't know, like a quarter of the daytime or the time requirement, like you need to be 3 months, you're at like 2.5 maybe, can be circumvented, usually based on just achievement. If you've just done a really great job at your previous rank, exceeded all expectations, that kind of thing, that is possible. I believe we had 1 or 2 promotions of people who had not been in the clan for the required time, but they were close, and we felt they should be there. And then lore, similar thing, if you were like a knight in the past, whether it was like White Knight, Ranger, Jade Falcon, Varger, you know, years back, or a Knight of the Imperium or whatnot, where there was a lot of lore training and stuff like that, if you've already demonstrated that lore knowledge to our specifications or whatnot, then that can substitute as well. You don't have to necessarily reread all the lore, because the purpose of the whole lore requirement is to demonstrate that you care about WA and you're committed to it through actually going and reading the lore and showing that interest in it. So, I mean, if you have already shown those qualities previously in reading lore, then that can also be circumvented. I think that was the only rule change. Other than that, obviously we had a lot of promotions, stuff like that. Sit reps were posted yesterday. Did the board review for all the promotions on Tuesday. So I guess I'll throw it over to Soullight and Fold now if either of you guys want to talk about your sit reps, anything, any announcements to make specific to your great companies, stuff like that.
One thing that wasn't in the sit reps because it just happened today. Like I think 8 members were transferred from Huns Watchers to Kolga's Frostbolk.
Ah, yeah, because the
Yes.
Watchers were
Yeah,
numerous.
they were at like 23, and we intended to have 15 max. So.
Oof. Well, well done to Ron's Watchers and all the recruiting then. And best of luck to them and their new war bands. Okay. Do you have anything else, Fold, or Solit? Did you have some stuff?
See, I have all the members if we would like to go through each and every one, or just leave it at that.
I mean, I think the list is there for people to view, I guess. probably should be okay.
No, I didn't. I don't think I had much really specifically to talk about from the sit rep or anything. Besides that,
Okay, Solet, do you have anything?
A few people are trying to put together some league teams, well, with Clash going on and everything. I kind of want people to try and sign up for that if you can. And on the 22nd, we have Acer 5v5, and tomorrow, I think, there's the Party Brawl tournament.
yeah, would definitely be cool to get even more warband specific teams for the Isaiah 5v5 this time.
Yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
yeah.
There were 2 last time. It'd be cool if we could mostly fill up the teams with that. That'd be spicy.
Ooh, that'd be awesome.
That way, we won't have the 2 WA teams facing off in round 1, as always.
As always.
Well, we can do either for Clash or for teams for the ICR 5v5. We can make tags on Discord, so if anybody is making one and wants that to kind of help organize it and keep track of who's in it, we could do that. Actually, I wouldn't mind having a joining a Clash team or maybe making one. We'll look into that.
Yeah.
We can post it in tournament grounds or maybe even announcements or something like that. Pin it somewhere for people to find.
Yeah, Karasan was asking me if he got a Clash team together, if I could make a voice channel for them. I told him probably in the WAS Stalwart category that could be done. I don't know.
Yeah, there's like no channels in there, so.
Yeah, and it's like specifically there for competitive stuff. I know he was talking to people about getting that set up. I'm not sure if he actually did, but
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Cool. So got some competitive stuff on the table. You guys can check calendar too. There's also some Epic Inquisition Studios 5v5s coming up. That's starting. There's one in the. Oh, I didn't add those to the calendar. I will, but there is one on the 21st, one on the 28th, and then one on the 5th of May. If anybody is looking to, maybe after the ICR 5v5, you want to keep your team together and play in some other tournaments, they are hosting those. I believe ELO requirements, it's still all open, rather than limited to something like 1 diamond, 2 plats, but I will double check that. And I will add those to the calendar too. And yeah, ICR 5v5 is on the 22nd. And Party Brawl is this weekend, along with WA Game Night, Saturday night. Other than that, I'm kind of going through the all things, seeing if there's anything. Saluting, I think I've noticed a few people still forgetting to salute. And, you know, it's a rule. It's not like, oh, if you forget to salute, oh, you're demoted or something immediately. But the hope is that everyone will try to do that whenever possible, particularly on League. Yeah. Let's keep that in mind. Let's see.
For those who want to participate, I'm looking at setting up what's called a CK2 succession game. The way it works is you have one person start out, and then it's just a single player, and you pass the save along. So after every leader dies, you pass the save to the next person, and they take over the next leader, so on and so forth. If you want to participate, go ahead and shoot me a message. I'm looking to get that started. The other thing I was looking to do for it is you can write a little story about the life of your leader, and we can end up with like one long story of the whole dynasty that it goes.
Oh, cool. That'd be fun.
Also, there was something I was looking for us to kind of come back to. Is a couple of years ago, if anyone remembers, we had a summer recruitment competition. I was wondering what the consensus would be about doing that again this summer.
I'm usually in favor of recruitment competitions. There's been some criticism before that they bring in like it's kind of like spam recruiting rather than like finding people that will stick around, but I generally feel like the benefits outweigh the problems, but that's definitely something we can discuss. I mean, now if you want to, but for sure in the y'all thing too, we can. Like, I don't know. Does anybody have any thoughts on a recruitment competition?
Yeah, actually, I think that even though you might end up with a lot of recruits who won't stay around if you're on these large recruiting drives, you'll still physically see more people, right? So lots and lots of people moving through, the scout and guest roles in the server will make it faster to acquire more loyal long-term members.
We also serve punch.
Yeah. Tourism's never a
Kool-Aid.
bad thing.
Yeah, I think without the big recruitment drives, there wouldn't be a lot of the loyal members that have stuck around a long time, even if there were 20 other people besides them that didn't. So I don't think it's a bad thing, really.
Well, it sounds like a lot of support. Then we can probably plan on doing it. Then we've got the anniversary on June 1st, so maybe we can kind of tie it to that, have a big event, something like that.
Would you like to lead the charge there?
Into the recruitment drive?
Yes.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess if any of you of our Huskarls, if you guys have anything going on in your war bands you want to announce or anything like that.
I feel
I know,
like
I know you guys were just promoted, so maybe not.
yeah. I feel like I obviously can't speak for any warband other than my own, but we play a very diverse group of games, and the people who are in my warband don't all play similar games. So like, there's little reason for anyone to interact as a warband instead of in the med hall to like look at gaming or doing things together. So that's definitely something that I know I need to work on. Finding some way to like get all the members of the warband together and do something. I don't know if that was looked at when the warbands were put together, making sure that like warbands could have identities or like games in common, but it's definitely not something that exists right now.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think there was a little bit of thought. Like, I think Fold wanted the Warframe guys to be together, but I think it's through recruitment and whatnot, and especially with all these guys from Bronze Watchers going over to Kolga's Frostfolk, that yeah, there's some like clash. I don't know. We can look at transferring people or finding something like that to try to group people together. I don't know if any of you guys like you notice in your warbands there's like one or two people that play a game nobody else plays, or that you like they play with somebody who's in a different warband. I mean, we can definitely look at transferring them.
Look at transferring or poaching players so that we get some more unified warbands.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I made it so they aren't game specific, but at the same time, there's definitely some benefits. Like it's nice to like put people who are friends together, or if they all play the same game. So I think for sure if we can, anything we can do to facilitate that would be good.
A lot of the problem with that too is like, I think Unsfavored sort of is having it right now. Like a lot of the people just play games not a single other person in the clan plays, like Mablung playing Final Fantasy and like no one else playing it, and then like just a lot of stuff like that.
Sounds like you need to recruit some more.
Well, we did talk about before we even started all this that some war bands are likely to fail.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's at least like a few like I think like people that have been recruiting and stuff in every single warband. So there's definitely like some hope for all of them, and but yeah, it is a possibility that some of them will kind of fade away. Like especially come, I suppose it would be next Tuesday. I mean, I know you guys already went through and looked at people who would be demoted to guests from Scout who hadn't posted in the roll calls, but we had.
I don't think I went through and got all of them, but just like the ones I noticed scrolling through the list quick.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so some of the warbands might be losing a decent number of people from that. Which I think we kind of expected. Like, I think we were sort of optimistic when we like started this out, like putting everybody in them, knowing that some of these people might become inactive or whatnot. But yeah.
As for Huron's Watcher specifically, I plan to keep that identity that we will just supply all the other warbands of members after we grow too big.
You're the recruit factory.
Yeah,
Ship
yeah,
'em
like
off.
high density industry over here.
I've gotten 3 or 4 recruits on Smite. I've been putting them all in unsfavored. I'm gonna grow it to be the Smite warband.
Oh, nice. They all seem really cool. I know you mentioned they were like all taking Norse names and saluting like as soon as they were recruited. So, I love that.
What is the age range? Would you say of these new recruits?
4 to 6.
Try again.
Wait, what'd you say?
What is the age range of these new recruits that you're getting?
I know all the ones I got on Smite recently
Yeah.
are above 20.
Okay.
Is there a lot of like 12-year-olds or something on Smite?
Not that I know of.
Also, I would like to note, I don't know if it's just been a recent thing, but there's been like an influx of like foreign people who have been joining the clan.
Yeah, we've got
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of diversity coming in. I've noticed. That's cool.
I was joking. I've accidentally been playing like at the wrong time on Smite, and I end up with playing with a bunch of Russians. Like a couple of the recruits I got, like the one person's from Belarus, and then there's a Russian.
Oh man, we gotta get them all in league and
I'm-
play a victor all for one.
I believe
yeah.
I don't know if both of them are, but KD's Pakistan and there's someone else I thought was a Pakistan.
Yeah, Sodersaur's from Saudi Arabia.
Philanthropic. Yeah. I've talked to
Yeah.
him. He's pretty chill.
Yeah, I don't know. I've accidentally started building a Russian clan on Smite.
Mm.
Uh-oh.
Hey, I'm fine with it.
Protect the elections.
All right. I think that's like all I could think of to go over. I mean, real quick, if anybody hasn't seen it in the Obsidian Hall, we've been doing the Oath of the Warrior. So if you reach the rank of Fuscarl or above, that's kind of a fun RP kind of thing we do. You take an oath. So I've been doing that. Other than that,
If people have any sort of notable events that happen, good games, comebacks, anything crazy going on, new recruits, whatever, as the Soul Skull, just funnel me all your events, and I'll try to pick through them and get them immortalized in our archives.
yes, a grand historian.
I'll make sure to send you all the info of my company.
Okay.
You will be my personal skald.
I mean, yes, to both Jarls. I mean,
Oh, quick shout out. As far as what I'm working on, sorry, I have been out of town / pretty busy, but I do intend to get a lot of work done on the WA RPG and also on Uko. I said I would go through and update all the articles in there, so those are both things I am planning on diving into as soon as possible. So hopefully see some progress on that soon. Other than that, I mean, that's we're coming up on 20 minutes, and we're hoping to end right when the COE stream starts. So anybody have any final thoughts, announcements, anything?
Yeah. Are we still missing any Huskarls? I know there's 4 of us here, but there's 6 warband.
Yeah, we are. Both Kolga's Frostfolk and Unsfavored do not have Huskarls yet.
Are there people being groomed for them, or?
Kind of. I think there's some candidates in both of them, as far as what I've seen anyway.
Yeah, there's candidates, maybe.
Maybe.
Clearly, Numenor Sindar, this guy is a candidate for High King.
Yeah, why do you think I got the transfer, baby?
If he posts often enough, let's be real.
He's the WA MVP. He nabbed him. Okay. Anybody else have any
Yeah, let's go with that.
any closing questions, anything like that?
I believe Soulite has doomed his own great company by agreeing to the transfer, and mine is clearly superior.
I don't know. I think I
Shall
may
we?
have saved saved it, to be
Shall
honest.
I make an post in the archives the day Solite saved his company?
Oh,
By all
Stay.
means, my guy.
We'll mention.
this will go down as the day that WA truly began its rise to greatness.
Yeah, last 10 years we're all prelude, right?
Exactly. Well, it's a good optimistic note to end on, I think. Thank you guys all for coming, especially early on short notice. Thank you guys for watching. This has been a shortened, abbreviated Fireside Chat, but I think we got basically everything I wanted to talk about anyway. And VOD will be up on Twitch right away. I'll also start uploading it to YouTube for anybody who missed it. And yeah, we'll have it again next week, next Thursday, 8 Eastern. So see you guys.